Try to make it right, make it right. There's no excuse. I only wanna be with you. Yeah. They said it's over. Now I got to get back to you. Let me tell you I'm
Yes. Let's go. Let's go. What's good, everybody? Yes. Oh, what's good? What's good, y'all? That lyric that has been on my heart this week because I've been thinking a lot about the one question: what do you actually own? Like, we often, say, "I'm sorry" to ourselves. We apologize to ourselves. I really, believe it or not, having a whole song, where I repeatedly say, "I'm sorry, baby." I actually dislike the phrase "I'm sorry." I prefer things like pardon and excuse me. So I didn't write that full song, right? I wrote that song together with my brother, my mentor Alai, who is based in Canada. Shout out to you, Alai. Amazing music artist, amazing mentor, altogether amazing human being. So he actually gave that song to me and to my band as a gift. So shout out to you, Alai. That song is called Apology Note, and my name is Remedy. I'm a music performing artist, music performing and recording artist, and I'm also an educator. I'm hoping that this screen isn't freezing because it has a tendency to freeze. Today is, you know, a situation where we're just talking as I prepare for tomorrow's Global Thursday. As I get ready for the conversation that we're going to have tomorrow. And like I said, I hope this is not glitching on you and that you can catch what I'm putting out there. But yeah, like, what do you actually own, right? And of course, the first thing that might come to your mind is like legal ownership and essential ownership. Uh, but I want you to think about, like, y'all know my spiel right now, which is all about making sure that us artists, we understand the business of music, and we acknowledge that there is a business of music, and we make a conscious choice to utilize it as a way to create passive streams of income, or different streams of income, right? But before we talk about copyrights and publishing LLCs and contracts, I think there's a deeper question. And this being the whole everything right now that is forthcoming is all about the Late Bloomer. Juno the Late Bloomer album, shameless plug, that I just put out. March 30th, I released an LP album called Juno the Late Bloomer. So everything that I have been really exploring right now is all about the concept of the late bloomer. Those individuals who may feel out of alignment with purpose and working in systems that are what they might feel is out of alignment with their core existence and who they are and who they see themselves as and the vision that God has given to them. But also, they might feel like, they've been doing this music thing for quite some time now and maybe not knowing how to do it, or maybe feeling like they lack the resources or not knowing how to do the resources, or maybe feeling like they do feel like they are walking as much as possible in alignment, but they got a full-time job and they're working hard trying to do that job because they got a plan, but at the same time, their eye is on the prize, which is working for themselves and being able to take full control over their time. And so those are the individuals that I'm speaking to, because the question is, do you own your voice? Do you own your story? Or are you still building your life around everyone else's expectation or somebody else's expectation? That is the late bloomer beautifully, right? It's like, yes, there's a twofold story to this. There's two sides of this. Like, are you being mindful of the resources available to you and putting your ducks in order? Maybe feeling late and behind, but I just want you to know that you are right on time. But then on the other hand, do you, do you embody who you say you are, the vision that you have, the vision that has been given to you? Do you embody that? Do you believe in that? Do you take ownership in that? Right? Do you take ownership in your journey? Do you take ownership in your story? Do you take ownership in like where you are? Accountability is a word that I heard quite a few times this week and even today, right? So tomorrow on Global Thursday, we're going to make this practical, right? We're going to look at two artists whose careers look completely different, seriously, from two totally different regions, not different countries, we'll say, okay? And on the surface, they look different, but they have something in common, and what they have in common is ownership. And I'm just hearing God say strategy. That wasn't a part of my plan, but that's part of God's plan, strategy. Now, you created anticipation around all of this amazingness that is these artists that I look forward to talking about tomorrow. And one of them you may know, or the other you may not know, or you may know of both, or you may not have heard of either one, and that's okay, right? But we're definitely going to be asking tonight, who are you becoming? So tomorrow we can address, how do you build accordingly, right? And remember, the way I see becoming is like an unraveling, an unveiling of the I am, like who you actually are at the core. All right? So always remember that here in the conversations that we have with Remedy and the Finding Remedy Experience platform, and even Gym Culture, God is always at the center. Gym Culture is a youth organization in which I serve as founder for. Gym Culture empowers girls who power the world through safe spaces and mentorship to enhance their quality of life and ensure their successful transition into adulthood. Now, I always want y'all to remember that I did create a complimentary music artist starter checklist, independent music artist starter checklist, that you all can check out complimentary at IamRemedy.com. And it's just kind of like, if you're new to the game, and I don't even want to call it a game, like if you're new to this life and you want to make a career out of your music parallel to the industry or in it, I have a checklist for you at IamRemedy.com. That's my main website. That's the official website for me, Remedy, the brand Remedy. Now, tomorrow's episode is titled, Artists, What Do You Actually Own? What do you actually own? Okay? And maybe you might want to ask yourself, like, what does it really mean to own your life? Or perhaps before you own your music, do you own your voice? Today's conversation is really just a human question, and then tomorrow is an artist conversation. But I really feel like both conversations, particularly Global Thursdays, even though it's targeted to creatives, I feel like it is still rooted in the everyday person. So everybody can listen to Global Thursdays and find some type of gem there. Okay? So, yeah. I want to keep this short without making it feel like a lecture. I do also want to take a moment to look at the comments if there are any comments. If not, if so, regardless of what happened, the next thing to do would be to close this out, get ready for tomorrow. Um, you know, post a clip of this onto social media and get ready to like chill out. Like I was supposed to batch some content, and maybe I will. Today went a little bit different, and that's the beauty of being a, I was gonna say self-employed individual, but earlier today I had to check myself. Like, no, I already forgot. Yeah, I already forgot. I am employed by God, and God takes great care of me. You know, really good care. And that's just where we're at. Okay, I'm telling you. But you gotta put your best foot forward. You have to do and be obedient to what you're called to do. So on the flip side too, discipline is still important. So in no way, shape, or form do I want to dismiss the importance of discipline and having discipline and showing up and doing those things you don't want to do when you don't want to do it. But also there's a level of grace that you have to have too for yourself there, you know? So like I said, I've been thinking about ownership this week, publishing, contracts, all that, but also ownership in the form of like, who did God create you to be? I'm gonna run that back. Ownership in a way of who did God create you to be? Because first and foremost, you want to make sure you own your identity, because without that, you will eventually have someone else define success for you. And yeah, I've definitely, I can connect to that. I don't know if you can, okay? I'm a teacher, I always want to educate, but today I want to just drop some gems and get up out of here. I want to invite you into the philosophy behind the way I see the world. And I want you to see exactly what it looks like for the Late Bloomers series to be in existence. Right now, currently, as a whole, as a theme, and via the Global Thursdays live that takes place every Thursday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time via primarily YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. But I'm going to say YouTube and Facebook because in this season, it looks like it doesn't want me to be on Instagram. My Instagram is not working for me, and I just don't have time for this drama. I'll try tomorrow. But if not, on Instagram, you're only going to get the clips, okay? All right, y'all. So it would behoove you to, check the link in the bio or just go to youtube.com/find your remedy or to facebook.com/find your remedy. Okay? All right, y'all. Let me check and see if I have any comments here. This thing is, I'm trying to like make sure I'm moving in real time. Okay. I can't see because the way this is set up, but that's okay. That's okay. And the way my thing is acting right now, I just want to go ahead and close this out to be on the safe side. So good night, y'all, and I'll see you tomorrow, Thursday, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time via YouTube and Facebook and possibly Instagram, but for sure YouTube and Facebook, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for Global Thursdays live with me, Remedy. Be easy. Talk to you soon.